More results kind of start trickling in. We're really keeping an eye on certain battleground states, especially Wisconsin and Michigan, which could be called any hour now. But then there are some other states like Pennsylvania that it could be a couple days before we have a full ballot count there. So, just like everyone else is sitting at home watching the results come in, we're doing the same here. And I know that Joe Biden is likely sitting at his home in Wilmington doing the same as well. So we just, he stressed it last night to be patient. While these votes are counted, he really stressed that the process be done very carefully and the votes be counted very accurately, not necessarily expeditiously. And that's kind of what we're seeing as we're just it's a waiting game. We're just waiting to see what's going to happen as these votes are slowly being counted in the last few states.
Anna, we heard from both candidates last night, and we're going to play a portion of sound here from those press conferences last night, and then I'm going to ask you to comment here, because the two press conferences last night, one from President Trump, the other from former Vice President Joe Biden, very different in tone and in message.
Such a vote, such a success. The citizens of this country have come out in record numbers. This is a record. There's never been anything like it. To support our incredible movement, we won states that we weren't expected to win. Florida, we didn't win it. We won it by a lot.
But it may take a little longer, as I've said all along. It's not my place or Donald Trump's place to declare who's won this election. That's the decision of the American people. But I'm optimistic about this outcome. And I want to thank every one of you who came out and voted in this election.
Anna, what did you make in the difference in tone between the two candidates last night? President Trump declaring victory, former Vice President Joe Biden seeming to be very, very patient and wanting to see the results play out over the next several days. What was your biggest takeaway?
I think it goes back to that cautious optimism that we're really feeling from the Biden campaign right now. Obviously, the two candidates had very different tones, but one thing that the President Trump did say in his speech last night was that he was threatened to he threatened to bring this to the Supreme Court to stop the further tallying of certain votes. And I think that is really what struck the Biden campaign after. They even sent out a message from the campaign manager saying that if the president makes good on his threat to go to court to prevent the proper tabulation of votes, we have legal teams standing by, ready to deploy to resist that effort, and they will prevail. And so, that is that's the strong message that we're hearing in response to the president's speech from the Biden campaign. But that really struck a tone. They were clearly not happy with that, but they were also not surprised that the president said that. They said they were prepared for any legal battle that the president might present. And of course, the president did just that in his speech earlier this morning.
Anna Wernicke joining us here from Delaware on your local election headquarters here, everybody on WFLA Now. JB Buno here with you on the left side of your screen. Anna, one of the things we're, of course, paying very, very close attention to the Facebook Live comment section here, and two of the things that are really popping up here in our Facebook
But again, we're just going to have to wait a couple more days as they count all these mail-in ballots. But one thing that the Biden campaign has really stressed is that Biden supporters tend to favor voting by mail and early voting, and so that's a big chunk of the votes that have yet to be counted. And so they're really hoping that once those votes are counted, that it'll push them to the finish line and hopefully to a victory.
Anna, the other topic of